How's it going, everybody? And it's Justin Turkey Leg here, all by myself in my own solitude, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I won't be by myself in just a few moments because I'm going to be joined by two very special guests. But first, I want to take the time to thank all our sponsors out there who keep this show going, keep everything running. I want to thank Dutch Masters. Dutch Masters is crafted to burn slow, and you can go ahead out there to your nearest convenience store and pick up Palmer, the natural Connecticut leaf wrapper. That is a premium brand from Dutch Master, made since 1912. It comes in a Fresh Lock premium seal pack with 3 premium cigarillos. Dutch Masters since 1912. I remember back in 1999, I believe, and I would be riding along. We just beat have come from a show, myself and Romy, and there would be Sparky and old Daniel Dingo, and Sparky would be the first one. Yeah. Hey, Tiger. He's a damn tiger. He think he a dog. He call everybody Tiger. Hey, Tiger. You gonna roll up one of them in there Dutches?
Don't you just fall over and die, you old rotten son of a bitch? Of course I'm gonna roll it up. You ain't contributed anything, so why don't you sit back there and shut the hell up? These are my Dutch Masters, and I can smoke them all to the face.
Well, by the time we get down, we're gonna be an old man. We're gonna be an old man. Just past Meter Dutch. So we smoked out of Dutches. Yeah, been smoking for a long time, and they say right here that it's been since 1912 that they've been manufacturing these here. These little boogers. The Surgeon General warned y'all, tobacco smoke increases the risk of heart cancer and lung cancer, even in non-smokers. So I ain't recommending that y'all smoke. I'm just recommending that if you do smoke Dutches. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, very excited about our special guest that we have here today. Two superstars, two megastars, in my opinion. And I'm not just saying that because they here. I'm talking about, two people who showed up in XTV around different times and still was able to make some impact. And you know how harsh it could be being XTV. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting here with David B-Boy and FoxY. How's it going? What the hell are you laughing at?
What's the matter with you? What are you laughing
It's
at?
nothing. No, I'm just thinking out loud. I swear, man.
I don't know what the hell going on.
No, it's nothing.
B-Boy's drunk.
It's nothing. I'm not drunk.
B-Boy's drunk.
I'm not drunk.
Both of these motherfuckers is drunk.
B-Boy's drunk.
I swear I'm not.
Hi, Justin. Hey,
I
though.
know, Foxy. Long time.
It has been a long time. I think it's...
I'm sorry about that.
You know what this feels like?
I'm a little both.
Shut up, B-Boy. This feels just like when we were on... Shut up, then. It feels like when we were on the set and we were doing the refill liquor thing, and everyone had to go. Remember?
Yeah. I remember the refill liquor.
Yeah.
And I believe Yaki and Alacat went first.
Yeah. And then Lee and B-Boy just started
fucking like, what the fuck are we going to do? Like, how the hell are we going to do?
Just smoking weed,
Bobby.
all cool.
Nah.
And then we're like fucking shit. We don't even know.
Like, how the hell? Because you guys we're looking at it like we've never done this type of thing before. Especially me, at least FoxY had done the ATV thing, and then we've never done anything like to be on TV. This is like a real a major XTV kind of thing.
I understand.
And man, I know we were just fucking.
Hey, man, no, we fucked up so bad. We fucked up so bad. Like, it's like the first line, I think, and B-Boy is like, so FoxY, and they're like, no, don't call her FoxY, call her FoxY. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a real thing.
Exactly.
But, shit. Oh my god. Oh shit. You bring back so many memories because I remember we were all in the room and then you know, it's me, you, and it's Bobby, and then I think your wife was there, and then like over in the corner was like the NWN, and like they didn't want to talk to anybody. Like, exactly, they were so prude. I didn't, even think that like it wouldn't be like that. Like I thought they were working, but they were really like that. And it was like kind of standoffish.
Yeah, they like that for real, you know. And I have the unfortunate displeasure of interviewing them later on this week. I'll be interviewing members of the NWN, and you know, but being on that set, Reefer and Whipper. I remember that shit, and you know, everybody was kind of there. You know what I'm saying? It was smoky as hell. You know, it was real smoky in there.
Oh man,
all the weed and all the liquor and all the food.
Yeah.
And just anything that you wanted, you know, it was all on the house. And y'all was just sitting up there fucking up the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, laughing and shit. And you know, starting to argue with shit. And you know, they didn't know what to do. They just took a whole bunch of shit and kind of. They kind of put it together.
No, they just had like basically two that they actually did like kind of like, you know, they really wanted us to be a part of it, so you know they just like kind of chose out of the two. I think like there's an alternate version or something floating around. Like, but I was just saying though that, you know, that's what this is kind of like, because you know, you're here, and you know, we're here, and there's this mother over there.
I get what you're saying.
Pretty cool.
But let's talk a little bit about, you know, let's talk XTV. And you know, let's talk about you know, your early born Miss FoxY, because you started I believe in 05 or 06.
It was late 05.
Yeah, and you know, you was hot from the gate.
Well, I mean, you know, I appreciate it. You know, I just really tried hard because, you know, I knew about, you know, the competition, and, you know, I wanted to be here, you know, like in 2005, I remember I used to watch it, and I remember I used to be like, man, you know, I really want to compete, you know, but, you know, I just couldn't, you know, like, you know, I just couldn't, you know, make it in, you know, it was like overbooked, and, you know, I felt like all these shit ass people were getting picked ahead of me, you know, but you know, they kept on, you know, it went from that to them being more like, you know, after they saw some of my stuff, they were like, all right, we're going to call you, and you know, they never did, and then, you know, I kept on calling them week after week after week, and you know, they never would, you know, call me back, but you know, finally, you know, it was like at the end of the year, like around Christmas, and I get a call from you, and you say, we're happy to have you as a superstar in XTV. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
That sounds like something I would say.
You know, you tell me that you want me to debut on in January, and you guys were going to open up real big, and it was going to be a real big deal, and I was going to be called Miss FoxY.
That's right.
I'm so happy.
Because you know, we had never had anything like you, and you know, you told me about, you know, how hard it was for you to get into you know, XTV, and you know how many people you had to go through.
Super.
I tell you, man, we go, you know, like you say, we go through a whole lot of talent. I mean, you know what FoxY is referring to is because, you know, I was the head of talent relations.
Yeah. Exactly.
But not too long after that, I mean, FoxY, your career just skyrocketed.
Yeah, I mean, it really moves so flat, so fast, you know, like the beginning is kind of just a blur. You know? Like, people, what's wrong with you? What's your problem?
Nothing, man. Nothing.
Why are you being a bloody damn heathen?
I just want, you know,
It's funny because, you know, like at the beginning, you know, like
it's like so hard, but then you get so hard.
It's so hard right now, like.
You know what I mean?
It's not even funny.
Think about it though, Roxy. Like, we got off the plane like 11:30 this morning. 16-hour flight to get back home. You know what I mean?
No one cares, B-boy.
Smoking fucking all the day.
No one cares. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just asking about I mean your earliest start in HTV and how things went for you. You know, how were things with you in the back? You know, with some of the people that you encountered. You know, did they give you advice? Did they throw shade? I mean, how was it for you? I mean, adjusting to this brand new environment.
Well, when I came in, there were like a lot of new people anyway, and like I remember seeing Yeezy, I remember seeing Dixie, and I remember seeing like that's pretty much it. You know, like the other girls that were there were like not sticking around too much. There was this one girl, Missing Tins, and she was like really intense. Like she I don't know, she was intense, and she was like this big, huge woman, and much larger stature than like the average size female, but still very feminine. And I don't think that Ida was there yet, but at first everything with us were cool. Like Yeezy welcomed me with open arms, and she just showed me kind of like how everything is, and she's like, I've been here for a very long time, and I'm like, she's telling me all this white stuff, and I'm like, wait, how old are you again? Because she's just like saying all these just wise things like an old woman would say, but she's this little bitty thing, and I'm like, thank you, and she's always there for support and things like that.
Right.
And,
it's real cool, how that kind of organically came together with you and Yeezy, and as an HTV fan, as a wrestling fan, and as a super fan of the women's division, I definitely that was always one of my dream matches to see. And anytime you and Yeezy, or even you and Baby for that matter, were on the card, or you and Ada as well, I knew it was always going to be, just a show stealer, and you were a part of that elite group that, you absolutely knew that you could count on them for great matches.
Thank you.
So I'm going to hit to cut things off right here, ladies and gentlemen, but I got to take this time out to give thanks to our sponsors. We'll be talking a whole lot more to Miss FoxY about a whole lot of different topics. We'll even be talking to B-Boy about his time in GXT and how he came over to HTV. We'll also be talking to Miss FoxY about her relationship with Jazz Mom and a whole lot more other things that I have forgot, because I want to take this time out to tell y'all about Magnum Condoms. Magnum Condoms. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the best condoms in the motherfucking world. They are made to fit around your dick. You see what I'm saying? And they made by Trojan. They come in this golden wrapper so that you got a golden ticket. When you get that green light and she all soothed up and she giving you that call at 3 o'clock in the morning, don't be caught without Magnum condoms. Remind me this one time, ladies and gentlemen, I was in the back. No, I was in a hotel, rather. I did the Kendall Lamar just did, but I was in a hotel with Sparky. And, I said, yeah, man, let me get some of that Belvedere. He said, ain't no Belvedere right here. I said, well, then give me some of that Grey Goose. He said, there's one, there's some more. I said, man, where Boo at? He said, he did not get his dick sucked. I said, he ain't getting his dick sucked. He said, she been slipping and burping. I was like, no, he said, listen. 5 1/2 and bars. Passes off the hook. woman on Central Ghostface impersonation. But I'm sure when he was getting his dick sucked, he was using Magnum condoms. Now let's get back to the good shit. But D-Boy, I mean, you wasn't, trailing too far behind Miss FoxY Hot, but you got your start over on GXT that really didn't take off the way some would have liked it to, but a lot of guys over there did kind of get their start, and you were one of them.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, GXT was fun for me. Like the competition that was over there were like, it was just like very, very like, I mean, I fucking had a match with Wesley Snipes. Like I didn't even say that, man. I come to show and I'm standing across from Martin Lawrence, and he's fucking putting on a fucking clinic, man. Hand to hand. So it's just like, you never know what we were gonna get over there. It was like a fucking circus, man. Lots of high energy, man. No pun intended. But yeah, in GXT, I don't know, it was kind of short-lived. A lot of guys over there hoped that they could, come over to HTV as much as they would not like to admit it. I admit it. That's why I came over. But yeah, GXT, man. It was a lot of fast living, fast paced. Hard bumping. Like tough times, kind of pay your dues. Live and learn as you go, type of thing. I mean, there was really no organization, in GXT, and I mean that's just legit. You know what I mean? It's just there was no organization. That's why it folded. Because it's not that it wasn't good. It's just that nobody was really running the show. I mean, the show was kind of running itself. It's like, all right, here's GXT. We're gonna put it out there and see what it does. But without any kind of organized way, like who was the top guy in GXT? Nobody can really say. I mean, even though that there were guys over there with top tier status, obviously. And I remember when the '80s guy was here, man, and he was talking about destruction, and I'm like, wait, why is he there? He was one of those like big guys in that they were really trying to put him over, but I guess he sort of didn't last, in the eyes of the powers that be, whoever, and HTV. But he was just one of those men, and I was just like, we could do a whole lot of good stuff. But yeah, man. So eventually, I came over, not too far after FoxY. I was real happy about that. So I can really just display my skills because they were talking about me, over there. And they was just like, yo, he's pretty cool. He's got like a nice looking moveset. He's pretty smooth. He's young. Good looking. Hey, like get over yourself, B.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, this is what they said.
Over yourself.
Yeah, this is what they said to me.
Well, whatever.
You certainly can't deny any of those attributes.
He said it to you from home, Justin.
Kid, good looking.
I don't know about young anymore, but hey, what's the point of the time?
Well,
yeah.
Fast forward just a little bit. FoxY, I want to talk to you about your heel turn and your time period as a heel in HTV. I want to know what's your thoughts on that.
Well, I turned heel because I just didn't want to get old, you know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to be always fresh and innovative, and so I had already, become like the women's champion, and I had already had gotten like the okay by HTV, kind of like the HTV stamp, that they give people, like, it's just like either you're in or you're out, and like you just don't want to be one of those people who just just pass through and this is what you always wanted, and then it's just like here today, gone tomorrow. So and that could happen, and I just felt like I was still kind of new, but not so new that I don't know, I just didn't want to remain stagnant, you know what I mean? We had done like I did things like ATVs and hoping that would like kind of further my career, you know, as an ATV star, you know. But I just wanted to keep on, you know, pushing things forward.
Well, nobody's criticizing you, like, you know. In fact, you know, it was a hell of a run. It was very effective, and it was one that people questioned could be successful because, you know, during that time period or prior to that, people saw you as a very likable, a very positive-minded, and a positive influence to people, the world around. You know, you didn't say curse words, and you know, it was just like so squeaky clean. And you know, that's why, you know, that's one of the reasons, you know, along with your you know, great skills in the ring, but that's one of the reasons why you stand out as a character, or why you're standing out, you know, in the early going here in XTV, because XTV perceives you as very positive and very uplifting and a breath of fresh air.
Exactly, you know, and that's why it was kind of scary. That's why I said it like that, because it was scary to me to, you know, have to do this. You know, it was my own decision though. No one forced me. It's just like I was just like, all right, this is how I'm going to be now. You know, and I'm going to try this for like a season and see if it works. And you know, if it doesn't work, then shit. You know, at least I tried. But yeah, I mean, people had that idea about me, and you know, it was kind of another way for people to, you know, see more into the character, you know, to see more about what FoxY, you know, is about. Because it's like, to me, in your life, if I'm going to be believable, no one's going to believe that everyone's just that happy-go-lucky all the time. So it's just like, you know, try to, you know, show the other side, but not go so far away that you can't come back.
Yeah, that's it. And it's very hard to pull off such a feat. You did it flawlessly, and you even expounded on that by joining forces and kind of stabbing your brother in the back by going against his wishes and dating one brother named Jasmine. I mean, FoxY, we got you here. Tell us about your relationship with Jasmine.
I mean, what's to tell? You know, we went together, and you know, we started dating, and I liked him. You know, he was cool. You know, it's just like, I don't know, I just like being around him. You know, he was just different from what I knew. And, you know, I was fascinated, and, you know, he really liked me. And B-Boy hated it. He's fucking scum, man. He was scum then, he's scum now. He's trash, B-Boy. You know, and he doesn't deserve it. Stop it. That's the truth. That's the shoot, man. That's the shoot. And it's not even like that, B-Boy. It's like
it is like that.
It's like B-Boy never gave him a chance. You know, I gave him a chance, man. I gave him a chance, and he stabbed me in the back. You know, because we were supposed to make amends, but you know what? He couldn't stand up and be a man and make amends. Jasmine, you're wrong. You're so wrong, B-Boy. You're so wrong. I'm not wrong. He's wrong. And y'all should have never been together. So anyway,
Are you guys still together?
I don't know. You have to ask him. I don't know. Can't say. All I can say is that the last time we left on bad terms. And he's going to have to grow up. I've been saying that, man. I've been saying Jasmine needs to grow up, man. Because it's a kid in the brain. How can a kid take care of a grown woman? You stop and think of that. You're all in the streets. And you're saying,
I'm coming off the rooftop. I got the 9mm. Well, guess what? I've got a daughter, man. And I would never want to bring her around scum like you.
Stop it.
You're scum of the earth. B-boy, you're so hard. You're cutting the Davy Boy promo.
Easy, B-boy, easy.
You scum, man. Every time you bring up his name, man, I just can't stand it. You know what? If Jazzma was here right now, I would take him by the fist and I would stab him in a pound and make him eat dog food. It's sad and necessary. You're so over the top, people.
Ain't nobody here but us.
Give him a blunt or something.
He don't need no more blunts. Before you mentioned that you do have a daughter, and that was the reason why you took time off, from HTV, and you were gone for a long hiatus, and this was after a time where, it seemed like people was, starting to kind of get tired of B-Boy. You seemed like you was just getting a little bit cold out there.
That's because he ripped my whole style. If he didn't come in and start to try and be all colorful, and I told him, I said, you have to do your own thing. Don't try to be like how I am. Because they thought that just because we were from London, or just because we were from cross seas, that we were supposed to be like so happy, and it's just not like that. It's just like this, man. Because they were digging it. They were digging the whole B-boy. I was out there dancing. I was doing my moves. The fans turned on me. And you know what? Hey, maybe FoxY was right. Maybe, I did do too much of the dancing and stuff because she had all that type. But here's where you're wrong. Because I was never stealing anybody's style, FoxY. I never stole anyone's style.
Whatever.
We both used to always dance, and we did team things together all the time. All the time. I'm not saying we didn't. I'm just saying that in the ring, everyone's perception is going to be different from you. Of you. You don't have to get mad, people.
It doesn't make any sense.
Mad. It doesn't make any sense. It was like this. When they tagged myself and Roxy together, then it was like, these were the cool team, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They tagged me and Roxy together.
Right.
And we were a cool team.
Right.
It was like the male and the female version of cool.
Absolutely.
And that was our thing. Nothing was like that.
Okay.
Then they split us up.
Well, they had came up with that brand new rule, and that's why they had split y'all up. That's when they came up with that rule that men couldn't fight women and women couldn't fight men.
Yeah, and then they still allow intergender matches. How smart was that? Now you have an intergender match where the object is to only have men fight men and women fight women. But a man can be in when a woman's in, and if he hits the woman, he automatically gets disqualified, even if it's an accident. How many times did the match end like that? It was stupid. B-boy, calm down.
FoxY, a lot of things led to your heel turn. And, I guess I'll digress from the subject of Jazzma for a second to talk about another relationship of yours prior to the NXTV. And that was with The Killer.
I wish people would stop saying that. I never had a relationship with The Killer. Who's coming up with this stuff? Who's saying this? Because it's not true. I was probably raped and molested. I was roofied, put in the back trunk of a car, and people make jokes about this. And still to this day, that's not funny to me. That's over the line. I mean, yeah, it's just like, and then Tavori, who's supposed to be so, the smart one of the two, he goes along with the whole thing.
Another idiot.
And the next thing I know, I'm married. And it took a lot for me to get out of that. That was real. It was screwed up.
They used to play too.
That's not funny, man.
Sorry, that's kind of funny though.
It's not funny.
I just remember them days.
It's not funny, Justin.
It ain't. But, yeah. Oh man, it's a good time, Foxy. I'll tell you one thing.
It is a good time. It is. Light it up.
Light up.
Don't give any more
Let's
to
give it.
B-boy. Don't give
Pass
any
me
more
more
to
some
B-boy.
over here. Pass some over here this way right now. Give me some right now. I'm going to light this one.
On the beat, boy. Don't get none to you. Shit.
I'm going to light this one right here.
No, seriously, B-boy, you shouldn't have any. You shouldn't have any drugs.
But B-boy, tell us a little bit about your kid daughter and how things are going for her.
Well, I mean, she's going steady, man. She's 4 years old. You know what I mean?
What's her name?
Her name's Toya. I always like that name, Toya. So that's what her name's at. But I mean, I don't bring her around. That's why. Roxy and I don't really spend a whole lot of time, other than XTV anymore. It's because, we really do a whole lot of traveling, back and forth to home. It's like, you kind of want to live, both lifestyles. And it's like, the way it is right now, I mean, it's like, where will we fit in, they got like T-Tay, and they got like, like Trap City and Man, and Bobby and yourselves, and you guys are like the main gig over here. So it's like, we don't really fit in, into the everyday groove, so we're just over, kind of doing our thing, across seas and, making a living.
That's Roxanne Smith inhales deeply and exhales with passion. She gets high as hell as we gear up to jump on the ATVs and talk about being burned. Foxy, what was that like? Being a part of the whole ATV thing with Yaki and Killer. After you still feel some kind of way about the Killer. How was it being on?
It was fun. I didn't let the Killer distract me from having fun, because that's what I'm all about, no matter what. And a lot of people try it, a lot of people on the whole all times, like, people think that it was just us three, but there on the set it was just like everybody else,
Well, that's how XTV is. When it's a hot show, everybody's there, everybody's involved, everybody's talking shit. And then it's up to those editor guys to kind of just block everybody out and mute the shit. But yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, it was a super fun time. It was so funny seeing Yaki and the Killer crash and different things like that. And then of course I'd crash. And it was another one of those things that was intimidating. Like, that was my first time being a part of something like that. So it was like, yeah. It was like really cool to be a part of that, and everybody being there. And some people supportive, some people are not so supportive, but it was fun. And then, the time that I got burned was just super frightening. And I don't tell people this a lot, but I went somewhere. I don't know what it was, because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be dead. Like the Big Vicious thing. Like, that was supposed to be the end of FoxY, but I don't know. I went somewhere, and even though I was there, I wasn't there.
It's a piece of shit. So, moving right along, we certainly both have had, illustrious time periods here at XTV. But D-Boy, you came back after having your daughter. And, after, spending time over there. Now she's 4 years old. She's starting to come along, and, you're still doing your thing. But when we last left you, you were a whole lot bigger. And I see, you ain't as big as you once was, but you was just getting bigger and bigger every week in regards to muscle mass. a lot of people will say, especially the killer he was in, that you was on steroids.
Yeah, I mean that's how they think, over here, that you can't just work and train and really put your time.
Sorry, B-boy, it's just you just be saying so damn hostile. I apologize. Go ahead.
Nah, it's serious though, man. I mean, I really worked hard, and I really trained, because I was like, all right, get my own gimmick. So I did the whole British Bulldog thing, I mean, because I know how HTV is with like kind of vintage things, and it was just like that kind of time period. I don't know, it's just an idea, so it came to me, so I got big for that, for that particular thing that I was doing.
You pulled it off very well, and I think it was around that time period where people started to really take you serious as an in-ring competitor, B-boy. I mean, you were still doing a lot of the high-flying stuff, but you had a more ground-based attack and a whole lot more strength-type moves involved, huge power slams, and very effective, very realistic. I mean, you was power slamming bitches, and it really was like, damn, that's a strong motherfucker.
Yeah, I was bench pressing like way more than I had ever did. I got up to like I was able to bench press like 500 pounds, and that was like the most for me, because I was never a big guy, I was always about cardiovascular, but this time around I was more focusing on the more power aspect of things, and just really trying to work my way up the ladder, because whether people realize it or not, and I got this from Yoki. He was telling me that if you want to make it in HTV, if you want to make it to the top, if you want to be the heavyweight champion, you have to be a heavyweight. You can't be a cruiserweight. It's really not possible. And he said, that the only person that's able to do that, and he's just like, I quote him, he said, the only person to do that is the Golden Kill.
I love Yoki. He's
Yoki's the shit.
Cool. I love him.
Yoki's the shit, man. Shout out to Yoki, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Big shout out to Yoki.
For sure.
We have him here on the show one of these days.
That would be sign free.
I wanted to ask you, FoxY. I wanted to ask you about one of your particular feuds that you had here in XTV during your time as a face and as a heel. And that's up against one Ada.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that? And that feud? And tell us a little bit about how it actually came about.
Well, it really didn't start as a feud, and there was nothing personal between us. At least I don't remember it being anything personal. It really just kind of started in the ring, and it just being like heavy competition. But then, she would just start to say stuff that was just like really rude, so I would snap back, because it's like, I'm not going to be a pushover. Just because I'm nice to you doesn't mean that I'm just going to let you, run through me. You're going to have to fight. And that's just how it was. And, that's just all I was proving to her. And then, like, it would be like, she would say some shit, and then, I would get mad, and then I would lose. And that would even make me more mad. So I want to fight again. And then I would beat her. And now, she's pissed off at me, and now she wants to fight me. And so that's how it started. And it just never stopped, really.
So, you mean like nowadays, if you've seen Ada, y'all probably still have beef, like,
no,
see it when she comes through?
No, it wouldn't be anything like that. It's just like, I really respect her. I really respect how she is in the ring. I've fought her so many times. It's just that when we get in the ring, it's just that competition factor, And I just think that, I think that she just brings that out of me, and I think I bring that out of her for some reason. We're just that competitive, and
you know, it just makes for great matches, like you said. I mean, we're one of your favorite matches, and she's my favorite opponent. So, you know, it's never really any beef. It's, you know, absolutely respect for Ada and for Yosi and for all of them. I really think that they're all really cool, and I think they're all really good at, you know, awesome at what they do. You know, even like Naomi and Dominique, you know, they don't really get as much shine as, you know, the other girls, but, you know, they definitely will probably be, you know, if given the opportunity, you know, like a force.
Absolutely. B-Boy, FoxY just said that, you know, her favorite opponent was Ada. Do you have a particular favorite opponent that you went up against?
Yeah, man. I mean, I have a whole lot of opponents I really enjoyed going up against. I think my favorite opponent that I went up against was actually two opponents. It was you know, David Kidd Jr. and David Kidd Sr. I really felt like, you know, our matches, you know, even though people don't really remember them, you know, as much as, you know, other matches, you know, I thought, you know, we really put on athletic performances, and, you know, anytime they involved us in matches, you know, it was like really stand out, you know. So yeah, both David Kidd Sr. and Jr. are my favorite opponents.
That's very good. You know, I don't really remember, you know, going at each other.
Well, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's not really like it was a feud or nothing like that. It was just like, you know, here and there, you know. Westside picks David Kidd Jr., you know. East Coast picks B-Boy. Here we go, you know. And, we're going out. But I respect those guys because they're respectful. You know, I respect guys like that, you know what I mean? You know, there's a lot of guys like that, and they don't necessarily always make it here in XTP. You see how it is, you know. But those are the guys who should get the breaks. It's too bad they did.
Yeah, it is sort of too bad that those guys don't make it in. But you are one of those type of guys who was a great athlete, a great personality. You know what I mean? Pretty upbeat. You know, you got a bit of a chip on your shoulder, so to speak. But that works in your advantage. I want to ask you about your affiliation with Bob and Best and the Best Foundation, and how that got established, and is it still up and going?
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, Bobby's contained, so to speak, but, you know, I mean, like I said, I'm back and forth. You know, it's sort of, you know, between here and Blackpool, you know, but, I mean, you know, we don't talk all the time, but it's just like, you know, those guys are my brothers, you know what I mean? You know, I'm sure Bobby and Best talk way more, you know, because they're always here, you know, they're much closer, but, you know, those guys are brothers of mine. You know, I really have a lot of respect for both of them. You know, I kind of, you know, compare those two, you know, I mean, when you look at it, you know, a lot of people compare, you know, Bobby on the East Coast to the Killer on the West Coast, but I think that's bull. I think that if you compare him to anyone on the West Coast, he should be compared to Best, and they had like some of the best feats, you know what I mean, like some of my favorite matches, because of, you know, the heart and the passion that they have, you know, what they share, you know, in the ring. You know, it's just like, you know, just put it all on the line, you know. You know, it's all about heart with those two. And that's what I believe in. And they brought me in, and, you know, we bonded. And we are the best foundation because we are the best. We are the best technical athletes out of everyone in all of XTV. We're the best pure athletes out of everyone in XTV. And we go out there and we prove it.
Nobody's arguing with you. I mean, you guys held down those tag team championships. I was very impressed when I saw you guys kind of switch the tag titles around. I mean, I believe originally you and Bob won the tag team titles. Then it ended up where I guess That's had to fill in for Bob or something like that. But damn, like all three of y'all was holding the tag team championships, and only two of y'all wanted to begin with.
That's what it's all about. Bob taught me this. He said that a whole lot of people here in XTV are going to stab you in the back, and you can only trust a few. You better get with someone that you can trust. And that's what I did. I got with the best foundation, because they pulled me away from my sister, and I needed a family. And I found a family in the best foundation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to ride up out of here.
Okay.
This has been quite interesting talk with two of my favorites.
Oh,
FoxY
thank you.
And David B-Boy.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, man.
FoxY, it was good seeing you.
Thank you.
And,
it's good seeing you too, Justin.
I really hope to see you guys again in the future.
Definitely, man.
B-Boy,
Definitely.
always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Y'all take care.
All right, see you.
Bye.